have it on the trailer for this video shoot. Turn the key, and all I get's a click. Batteries lasted 3 years though. Can't complain.
Man.
What's happening, man? Nice to see you again.
Yeah. I thought you were supposed to come up by me. What's going on with that?
I know, man. All this snow and cold, and it's just been one of those winters, man.
Yeah, that's what he says. So you got your little setup here?
Yeah, man. Got my, little portable charger going here. Keep everything going and rock it out.
What are your goals for YouTube or social media in general? Like I know, I don't remember the timing, but I feel like there was a point where you made a bunch of videos and you were getting a lot of views. There were some videos that I really liked. Like there was the one with your trailer set up and you had all the 2x4s down for everything. That was like
2015.
Yeah.
That was my 2015 setup.
And then it seemed like things kind of like went down. Like it seemed like you took like a little break maybe. I'm not really sure what you would call it, at least from YouTube or social media. And then recently, maybe in the last year, you've been really seeming to increase your efforts. So what's your like mindset for that?
So like I said, I've done a lot of videos. I mean, a lot of it got into this, I guess, 2015, 2016. Done a lot of videos, really, 2015, 2016, a ton of them. And I'd say about halfway through 2016, just kind of started lagging and just going down. And I mean, just busy, I mean, the business was growing, So I got 4 kids sitting here at home. I mean, it's just, yeah. Mama always said, she said, son, didn't you figure out how that worked? I said, yes, ma'am. I said, I practiced a lot and got really good at it. So, but I mean, it came down to a time thing, I think, more than anything. And now kids are older. My youngest is almost 5. My oldest will be 13. So, yeah.
My oldest is 16, so. Dang.
Yeah. So, they're at an age now I can do a lot more because they're not, they don't want daddy all the time now.
Right.
It's like Grant Cardone says, if, you spend an hour or two with your kids, honestly, during the day, they're happy.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to be good. Spend an hour or two of great quality time with them, and they're happy, and they'll do their own thing, after that. I mean, you don't want to be all over them all the time.
Right.
Or, you don't want to shelter them. I mean, you need to learn what the world's like.
So now you have a little more time.
So now I got more time. I'm looking at investing in some high quality camera gear. I consider it high quality anyway. Better than GoPro on a telephone.
Hey, you use what you got, man.
Hey, look, you can't deny it. I mean, phones now are just incredible. But looking at doing that and got some ideas, kind of like what Naylor's doing, but on a local level, collaborating with some different people who do some social media things here in Raleigh, and kind of doing some media work with them, different things around town. So big ideas, what'll come of them, I don't know. So it's
hey, everything starts with an idea.
Yeah.
Right?
So I mean, so be looking for some more things. I got a lot of really cool things in mind. I'm going to talk to Naylor about a lot of them, but y'all can't know.
It's a secret.
So, I mean, it'll be a lot of fun though.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah. So, I joined the fire department, volunteer fire department. I was 15 years old when I joined as a junior, and I officially got out of it. I was almost 28, so 12. I say 12 years roughly. May have been a little bit longer than that, but about 12 years. So
why did you get out of it?
When we moved to Raleigh, it was just, the volunteer departments here are all paid. They're a combination department. You can volunteer, but they all have paid staff. So it's totally different being a volunteer now, especially here, and being a paid firefighter where I was at, just a 45-minute drive back to where we live. So I mean, it just didn't make any sense. And financially, the business was growing to the point it was, you had to weigh it out, like which way do I go? I think a lot of business owners get to that point in life where they're trying to figure out, do I do this full time? Do I do this part time? You got to make the decision: is it a hobby or is it a business? And I chose to make it a business.
Why did you start this business?
I started this business after, let me start over. I got into this industry at 14, started working with a family friend, just kind of doing some stuff during the summertime. Loved being outdoors, so it was perfect for me. I didn't want to be somewhere cooped up inside. So I did that, joined the fire department at 18, full time. I graduated high school in May and went to work full time at the fire department in June.
Wow.
So really, really quick there.
Yeah.
And through high school, I actually took horticulture for 4 years doing that. And so it was kind of one of the things that kind of led me into it. Working at the fire department, had worked with guys part-time, off and on, And then I'm like, well, why am I helping other people? Why don't I do this on my own type deal? Yeah. So I went out and got a John Deere zero turn and a trailer and trimmer, and I'm like, well, let's do this. And
how old were you when that started?
I was 25, 26, okay. Probably.
So a little over 10 years after you initially started,
yeah,
just kind of getting into lawn care and doing stuff,
yep.
You decided to really make a go at it, I guess, on your own, right? And go like professional.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's interesting. So lawn care came before being a firefighter.
Yes.
I always thought you were a firefighter first, and then because that seems to be a familiar story with a lot of other guys, whether they're in law enforcement, yep. Or EMT or firefighting, mm-hmm. And then they kind of branch off into lawn care for one reason or another, mm-hmm. Whether it was their side hustle and then it is turning into the main thing, or they just always wanted that to be their main thing to begin with.
Yeah.
But so interesting. This came in before you even got into being a firefighter.
Yeah. So totally, it's totally different, like you said, from a lot of guys. They do it as a side hustle, and it was a passion. Yeah. I mean, it's something I've always enjoyed, and the fire service was just my full-time gig. This was the part-time, yeah. And my youngest son has autism, so when he was born and diagnosed with that, that's kind of one of the leading factors that led me to do it full-time. Okay. In the lawn care, I guess the fire chief pissed me off one day, and
I was going to say,
help me.
Why is that? Yeah. Okay.
So fire chief pissed me off one day. I called my wife. I said, "Hey, can I quit?" She was like, "Well, do you have enough money? And if the income there to match it?" I was like, "Well, yeah, it's there plus a little bit, doing it part time."
Yeah.
Kind of one of the things of where can I take it at that point? What can it turn into? So when our son was diagnosed with autism, we decided to move to Raleigh. In Wake County, better school system, and they had resources inside the school system for him. So I looked at it two ways. Of one, it was something to give him something to do, so he could always work with me, right. once he's older. Because actually a pretty neat statistic for a lot of people to know is 90% of the autism community is unemployed.
Wow.
Which is, if you own a lawn care company, they could actually be probably some of the best employees you ever have if you can get somebody high functioning, because they're so meticulous, yeah. And structured.
I can see that.
So they do stuff like that, and they like to see results from things. So if they can pull up to a yard that looks bad, they can see it end result. That's motivation, yeah. For a lot of people that have autism. So it was a lot of factors that led me to it full time. I'm not going to say one outweighed the other, mm-hmm. But I mean, it's just kind of a lot of things in life that pulled me that direction. I missed the fire service.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I tell my wife, it's an adrenaline rush that I can't match. But you know, it was something, a lot of fun. It was a time in my life that I really enjoyed. Worked with a lot of really great people.
So I remember you were talking to me a little bit before about kind of restructuring your company. So so you went from what to what? Like what state is your company at now compared to what it was when maybe 2 years ago?
Well, 2 years ago, we were probably on the downhill of having the 2 trucks running with 2 sets of mowers. And now,
and you had employees or an employee?
It was my dad. He was between jobs, so he was kind of doing it, seeing where he wanted to see if it's something he wanted to go with. I guess more than anything, and it just really didn't work. Mm-hmm. And we had a couple guys that worked part-time with us, so we were using them as supplements, you know, to us. But I mean, a lot of days, honestly, he would go one way, I would go another way, and we did our own things. So, you know, different parts of town. So basically, we were just splitting up and doing things. So we were probably on the downhill of that. And now, last year, I went from this big setup with 3 mowers and a guy working with me basically every day of the week, to this year I'm going to go back to my small trailer, whether it be the enclosed open 6x12 or, you know, small enclosed. So I'm looking at going back to something smaller, something more compact. Just really, I've been getting rid of some of my handheld equipment that we needed last year. Just really consolidating down. You know, I'm going to keep basically 5 pieces of handheld, you know, 2 weed eaters, a combi system that I can run an edger on, and a hedge trimmer, and, you know, probably just run the Echo PB770 on the Green Touch rack, and probably a handheld blower. It just really streamline everything down to be very, very efficient. Get rid of a lot of, you know, when you have a ton of equipment sitting around that's not being used, it's costing you money. Whether it's paid for or not, it's costing you money. I mean, you have to maintain it, it's taking up space, different things. So I want to really streamline it down, do as much as I can with as little as possible, I guess, and just really regrow the business in an organic way, the way I want it to be.
Okay. How does that differ from when you first started out?
So, you know, when it first started out, it was kind of one of those take everything. I think we're all like that probably. You know, you do everything you can.
Whatever you can.
But now I'm to the point, I've really found, I guess, my niche of where I want to be in the market, the type of client I want. So I want to really streamline that. You know, I want to have that client. I want to be really picky about what I take, who I take, type thing. You know, I want to offer a premium service at a premium price to a premium client.
Yes, I hear you.
So, you know, so if so I have less overhead and I'm making more money at the end of the day.
So is this part, so that this is part of that transition then to get to that point, downsizing your equipment? Was there anything else other than that you have done differently to prepare, like to kind of switch gears a little bit to get to the point of being smaller? And
so I've dropped a bunch of clients from last year, probably 50-60%, I would say, to really get what I want, just regrowing off of that. You know, it's our market here is incredible. You know, we live in the fastest growing city in the U.S. right now.
Yeah, I see tons of houses, like HOA looking places just being built all over on my way here.
Yeah, so I mean, this is going in everywhere. I mean, if you go further down the road, I mean, it's 3 or 4 subdivisions going in right now. 2 of them don't even have houses in them yet.
They're just digging it all up.
They're just getting it ready within 2 or 3 miles. I mean, it's just the housing market. It's a lot of so you call them the millennial generation moving in. We're a big technology city, so they don't want to do anything. You know, they want somebody to take care of everything for them.
A lot of opportunities then for you
So-
to maintain some yards.
Oh yeah, so the growth potential is huge, and I want to capitalize on that, but I want to capitalize on it in the way I want to. You know, I don't want to just go out here and take everything.
Yeah.
You know, I want to be that guy that, not the guy that's a jack of all trades and a master of none.
Right.
I want to be a master of what I do. You know, lawn care, mowing, treatments, and the landscape maintenance. You know, I don't really do a lot of installs. I do a few during the wintertime. That's not my thing. You know, I do the maintenance side, and that's where I want to focus.
So what would you say is the biggest lesson that you've learned over the years, or is that it? Like not taking on too much and trying to find your niche?
I would say the biggest lesson is don't get in over your head. You know, I've done a lot of things I shouldn't have with the thought in my mind that I was working at the fire department and had a salary-based income. You know, went out and bought mowers, and then I bought more mowers, which probably really wasn't the smartest thing in the world. So it's left me with a lot of overhead, which I mean, it's not a big deal now, but 2 years ago was a major deal. So, you know, don't jump in too heavily into it. You know, grow as you can. I'm not saying start with a push mower. A lot of people do that.
Yeah.
You know, but it'd be hard to come out here and do my yard, you know, with
In a
6 or
reasonable
7,000
amount of
square
time,
feet. Yeah.
You actually make some money. Yeah, you got to be able to zip in and zip out and still do a good job, nice
you know,
clean job.
You know, find that piece of equipment that really works for you.
In your yards.
You know, I've got a 48 sitting here behind me. I've got a 52 sitting at the storage unit, a 36 sitting at the storage unit. I can't run 3 mowers at a time.
Yeah.
I mean, what really works best? What mower can you do the most with where you're at? You know, whether it be a 36 walk behind or stand on, or you know, a 30-inch Toro or X-Mark or whatever. You know, find what really works for you. You can do the most with, the most efficient, and go with that. You know, having a ton of equipment really isn't all it cracks up to be. You know,
it just ends up being a ton of debt.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I love the way Naylor has done his stuff. You know, you've started with the 48, and then you got the 48, the stand-on, the Toro grandstand 48. And I remember you talking to me about that. You know, you were like, which way should I go? I remember, you know, talking size-wise, and you know, I wish I'd have never bought the 52. I wish I had a 48 now.
Yeah.
You know, it would make more sense. So that's where I'm at. The 48 would just go. The 48 would basically take the place of the 36 and the 52, because it would take both of them, and then a 30 would take the place of a 21 and a 36, kind of being right in the middle. It makes more sense. You know, it just makes way more sense.
Yeah, it's all about efficiency, definitely. Well, thanks for having me over, man. I really appreciate it.
Oh, it's been a lot of fun. So thank you for coming down.
Yeah, man.
And I'm gonna have to come up there. I have to come back.
Yeah, you can come back and you can interview me.
There you go. There you go.
Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and click the bell for future notifications. Check back for the next episode in 2 weeks and catch my live show on echomeansbusiness.com every third Wednesday of the month.